All we gotta do now is say that this is Life's a Mitch.
Mitch, number 8. It's a pleasure, boys.
Hello.
Yeah, get as comfortable as you want,
Have to.
And
Hey,
then-
so
and then just bring the mic to you, man.
the idea that we're on right now is that right now in America, present day 2021, is probably the most best it's ever. Not the most best, but
Most bestest,
best it's
most
ever been.
asbestos there has ever been.
Best it's ever been for just equality as a people and just giving everybody the best shot to pursue happiness, right?
Yeah,
But
mean,
it could be a lot better. That's the thing. Like that's
People
the
are starting
shit.
to realize that it could be a lot better.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
And I'd like to think as a society we will keep pushing forward
yeah,
to be the
just
best
keep
and
improving.
Right.
most badass that Americans are. So
Yeah.
it'll just keep getting. I think it'll just keep getting a little more corrupt in some places, but better in others.
So I have a question. If one country was going to take America over, who would you want it to be?
I wouldn't want it to be any.
I know, but like if you had to
Australia,
pick one. Australia,
Canada.
if I think it's
like
actually
Canada.
going to happen in real life, it's definitely going to be China, and that's the last That's the last one I would want. By the way,
I think it's going to be either China or Russia. And between the two, I think it would be more fun
You
if it
think
was
that's
Russia.
gonna happen?
if somebody
China
had
will.
to take us
Nah.
over and I could pick, I would pick New Zealand.
They need
Yeah,
us.
Still,
so fucking
yeah.
chill. You know what I mean?
And maybe like
Bring some of that
Norway.
shit over here.
Norway's pretty cool.
The only
You know
reason
what I mean? Like somehow they got a military.
China, as big as they are and everything, the reason why I feel like we wouldn't lose that war, so to speak, is because I think it would literally be China and Russia versus the world.
Well,
And I think the world would win in that case.
Yeah.
I just think
I feel like they need us, just like how UPS needs Amazon or fucking, other companies need other companies. Like they need us.
I
They
think
need us to do our thing over here.
I think
Well, you need them till you don't.
yeah. I
That's the
think
thing.
I think
mean,
I think
life would go on without Amazon at UPS.
I think the plan
You know
is
what I mean?
exactly kind of
I'm
what's
just
happening.
saying. But as far as like, they need somebody over here doing what we're doing, just like we need them.
How
On a
awesome would
grand
it be
scale.
if we could, I don't know, the
I
fucking
get what you're
optimist
saying.
in me, just like, what if we just all got along one day?
Right.
Yeah, fuck
straight
yeah,
up.
dude.
I
That
think-
would
I
be.
thi- I
If
think
we
that's
imagine
the-
if we focused all of that energy on like one thing, like
That's the big hope on like colonization of the stars. Might unite the people on Earth as a people. That'd be cool.
Man, we would get shit done.
Once we start mining like meteorites and shit like that, then there's not really a need for resources anymore to fight over on Earth. So it might be a thing. It might be easy. But also, people find things to fight about. Like that's my meteorite. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like shit like that.
just like they're fighting over the water on the moon. They discovered water on the moon, and then the
And
people
then
who
they're
discovered
trying to
it's
make a
like,
claim
this
on
is
it.
my water. What do you mean? This is the moon's water.
It's not even just that either. Another factor into it is that if we did have a one world government, they would definitely, I feel like, take care of the planet better.
Oh yeah.
Because the longevity of planet Earth is something that should
It would
definitely
be like
taken
its
seriously.
main thing.
Hopefully, it would be a positive one world government because
Yeah,
I could
no,
see a
no,
bad
no,
one
no,
world
no, no,
government.
the one world
What if they
government that
decide to
everybody
be
hears
bad?
about?
They're
Yeah.
just like,
Everybody
fuck it.
always, I feel like gets the initial vibe from a one world government that it's going to be bad.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, like Star Wars. Shit like
Yeah.
that.
It could, I think of the opportunities it could honestly open up.
Right.
I think the planet would.
It could be. There's pros and cons.
Yeah.
but-
I think the planet would benefit from it. I think our
Bad
space
thing is-
military, defense from asteroids and shit like that would definitely be benefiting from it. Our expanse into space. would
I'm tired of invisible borders. You feel me? Like,
yeah, these borders are silly and stupid.
But to play the devil's advocate, right? So we see this opportunity, like a way for it to be good, but then like, what if the people ruling shit, they break these barriers, but then they use them for bad, like how they did with like the NAFTA shit.
Yeah.
It's like that could have been a good thing, but then they used it to employ slave labor, essentially. So then like, what if they do a world government and then they're like, yeah, fuck this, no more rights.
I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
I
Like,
mean, if
we're back to kings and shit. Like,
It's the scare of
that's always the
it's the
possibility.
scare of breakaway civilization that's kind of already happening right now. Like most of the world can't even like have water or afford to like have their basic needs met, and then there's people who are like they have $100 billion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
breakaway
that's wild.
civilization, it's like a whole different type of human that nobody's ever, other than like kings back in the day, that nobody's ever really had before. They have slaves, but it's just Amazon workers. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't give a fuck about $15 an hour. He's got $100 billion.
That's wild.
And they don't pay taxes, man. It's
Yeah.
like it's like
Something
it's
about
like
that the other day.
this recent leak came out of how billionaires don't pay taxes in America.
Yeah.
Shocking, right? And the first thing that the government does is, well, we're going to correct this. No, they're not going to do that. They're looking for the leakers. That's their concern.
Yeah, they're looking for the whistleblowers.
Did
Yeah.
you see?
Go find Edward Snowden and cut his balls off.
Did you see? Have you been watching this shit about the G7 summit or whatever? Like all the world leaders meeting.
Yeah.
So they all
Well, I
agreed.
haven't this year, but I have seen some.
I was reading
recent
something about
conspiracy.
they pretty much all agreed like what they're going to try to do is enact a corporate tax like throughout the world, like 15% on all corporations.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and it's to be like to alleviate some of the problems in the world. Like it would go
That
to
would be
like
cool.
social unrest and like trying to right past wrongs of government, shit
UBS
like
coming.
that.
Fixing the lead in the water in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it would be
The
essentially.
helicopter on Mars.
How many
Like,
years has it been?
This is like my
Yeah, the
current
helicopter
theory.
on
My
Mars.
current theory on the federal government is if you look at it, the federal government is just the mafia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're a bunch of bullies. Like there's no real
Different
need
pocket
for
of money,
them. They
man.
create their own need. Like they don't really get much done. And then they expect payment. You know, like that's the federal government's just the mafia, essentially.
Yeah, straight up.
Even the setup's kind of the same.
And like most businesses have kind of become like religion, spiritual religions kind of died out.
That's
You know what I mean? Like
That's
everybody
savage. Yeah, I definitely see that in places I've worked. Like people will just be like,
like
"Love this fucking job," you know.
like,
It's so
like
nuts.
UPSers for life, man.
Oh yeah,
Whatever it is.
People that work at
FedEx,
McDonald's,
or like even like
fucking-
anybody. Yeah, like Taco Bell. Like there was a bunch of people like Taco Bell forever. like man, so scary.
Ready,
Scary.
You have
ready to
low
die for the
expectations,
face
my
of
homie.
liberty.
I saw God in this Chili's tonight.
Well, like it's like I kind of dig it a little bit too. Like man, you've done it. You figured out what you wanted, and it's not much. That's dope. You
Yeah,
figured it
fuck
out
that,
quick.
man.
Maybe that's all you want. Maybe you're just accepting nothing. I don't know.
When I see these people in like entry level positions and they have like the 20 years of service badge, I get sad.
Yeah, that's rough.
You know, like, but I mean,
It's a
I guess if
placated,
they're
it's a
happy,
placated person, though. It
But-
seems
Oh,
like
dude, I know this exact
People get
thing
stuck.
at Coca-Cola at my fucking orientation, dude. They walk you in this room and they have a bunch of jerseys up on the wall with people's last names on them. Every number,
it's how many years?
how many years that person worked at Coca-Cola, and there's a bunch of them, like 25 plus. One's up there,
Dude.
39. I
Yeah.
see one that's like 48. I'm like, are you serious? Who gave 48 years of their lives to
Sugar water.
people do it, man.
for probably what?
That dude has a. You know what
$50,000
that
a
dude.
year?
You know what that dude has right now.
$50,000
You know,
a year.
nah. You know what he has? He's got stock at Coca Cola. He's probably got a boat. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
yeah.
he's got a boat. He's got a fucking house in Florida. He paid
Right.
for his kids'
You're right.
colleges.
Anybody-
He got paid off to be that. To do that.
Shit, just like that
Happy
stuff,
Father's
for sure.
Day, but that was my father's dream for me. He was like, I just want you to find a
To
good
be one of them
company.
jerseys with 30 on
Yeah,
the
he was
fucking
like,
jersey.
Yeah, all of
just,
our dads
just
wanted
find
that for us,
somewhere
so they-
good and stay there, and you'll see that in time it'll pay off to be there.
And he didn't even get to retire.
I mean, he kind of did. You know what I'm saying? He retired
I'm
pretty
just
hard.
saying,
You know, he got his 20 years in.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, I wasn't taking shots. I wasn't taking shots. I was just saying-
He got the 20-year retirement benefits and only had to do 19. So in the end, he's the one who won.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, that is fucked up.
Wow.
But anyways, like I guess the point I was just trying to make was like, why waste all your time here at this fucking job for this corporation that doesn't really give a fuck about you? whenever your time is so limited, anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Chase some
gonna end.
dreams.
I mean, they have this fucking website I just saw the other day in this fucking YouTube video that you can put in your fucking information on your like biometrics and shit. Like not even just like basic ass information, like your height, weight, when you were born, if you're a smoker or not, and it'll pop up like after you put your information in, it'll pop up of how many seconds it thinks you have left to live, and you can just sit there and watch your seconds tick away.
Stop doing that,
Yeah,
man.
fuck
I
that.
didn't look it up.
I'm just messing
I
with
just
it.
saw a video of it.
There's another site that's similar that like it's the world population counter, but it's like active. So like you see it.
It accounts for
like,
deaths.
It's like dead, live, dead,
It's
live,
like-
dead, live, dead. Like it's fucking crazy.
Fuck that.
Mass shooting, threesome. You know what I'm saying? like or orgy rather.
Octuplets,
Yeah, I was gonna say triplet.
triple kill.
That's nuts.
That was just an abortion.
How many people on this planet would we have if for every threesome 3 people were born? God, that would be so many people.
Like if
I'd
people
have
like
3
dogs.
kids, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
So, anyways,
Yeah. In fact, yeah. I want to go so much more into the threesome story, but then I kind of don't.
yeah, we'll save that for a later episode. We'll leave that.
I don't know.
we'll
We
leave
can't
the
talk about
audience with the
bestiality on
imagination
air.
left on that one.
Oh.
Colin isn't comfortable talking about this right now.
Right,
Not on air, dude.
right.
I'm scared.
Wait for the cameras to go.
We're talking about my cunt. We're talking about my dirty cunt.
Oh, what was the group of the hobos that banged in the car in that?
Dirty Mike and the boys, cuz.
Yeah, I
For
don't know.
life.
This conversation got me thinking of those
Will fucking
fellas.
that Prius again.
It will happen.
Where they at now? You feel me?
I gotta say, one time I rented a motel room and I had sex in it, and I left a note that said that when I left. I was like, "Thanks for the F shack."
Good lord.
That's great.
That's nasty.
Quality.
That's nasty.
At least you paid appreciations, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, most people wouldn't even do that.
No, they were super. I felt bad about it because like we were only there for like 8 hours or something like that. We didn't even
Felt bad
sleep
for it
there.
'cause we destroyed that room.
Like,
I shit in the sink. I fucking put a big old load of shit in the dryer. Like, you know what I mean?
Like she didn't even charge us for the day. Like she was just like, "Oh, y'all leaving?" I was like, "Yeah, we gotta go." She was like, "Oh, okay, well, never mind. We don't charge you." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now I feel bad about that note in there, but I can't go back. But I just gave you my key card."
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I've done in a hotel room because I don't want this to get taken down. But
I don't want that to be hit.
I will do things like maybe my ass is itchy in bed and I'm naked. You feel me? And you know I got a sheet right there. You know what I'm
It's not
saying?
your sheets.
And I think to myself like.
Nasty.
That is exactly what
You're
I
the
think
reason
about.
I don't
And
like hotel rooms.
That's exactly
I
that.
think
That's what
I
I
always
think
think
about
to
every time.
myself though, like I'm not the first person to be doing this.
Well,
You know?
Nah.
next time when I sleep in a hotel room, I have an image to go along with
Right.
those thoughts.
I can think about your fucking ass crack on my
Right.
pillow. Just getting in the butthole.
I'm
It's
gonna
always
wrap
gonna have a
I'm gonna wrap
barrier,
myself
right?
in the sheets the next time I go to a hotel room.
I'm gonna steal
mummify
this sheet.
I'm gonna mummify myself.
I'm gonna
Each-
bring the
next
sheets
time I go
off.
to a hotel room with that image in mind.
You can't go in there raw finger. You got to have a layer. So sometimes you use what's available.
I will scratch my butt with a raw finger, but I will wash my hand after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll use the curtain. I'll use the curtain by the
I'm
AC
addicted to
unit.
putting
I don't give a
purple
shit.
on my butt.
I wash
So-
my
Yeah,
hands.
wait
I wash
until
my
I got to
hands
go
often.
piss. You know
I do
what I'm
too.
saying? That makes more sense to me instead of just hanging around with butt hands. You know,
I got
You what?
I got like
I just
sweaty
wait
hands.
until I gotta go
syndrome.
take a piss or something. I'll be like, itch, but just fucking fight it off. You know,
I will.
Right,
I will
That's what you gotta
sometimes
do.
wait.
You gotta get that discipline for the fucking itch. That's what I do. I'll sit.
I just learned to
I'll
twerk.
fucking-
Or sometimes you can scratch him with like a good fart.
It's like those are the best.
Facts.
Honestly,
That is true.
it slips out, and you're like, "Ooh, I didn't even know I had that itch, but I got it."
That's wild.
Better now.
Sit on the corner of a seat or like take a very fast walk.
Sometimes you gotta sacrifice the underwear. I can watch these.
An acid, and to avoid embarrassment for scratching it, I shat my pants. Like,
Speaking
what
of,
the
like,
fuck?
Speaking of like fart and shit jokes, I found out the other day that the first ever joke on recorded history was a fart joke.
That's what
It was like fucking 4,000 years ago or some shit out in the fucking Middle East. I guess
gangster.
it wasn't like Syria, but maybe like present day Syria.
That shit's always been funny.
Dude,
Funny.
But I mean, yeah.
that's it was just it blew my mind because of course the first joke recorded was a fart joke.
I thought I was like, am I gonna make that easy pun in there while I do it? And then I
Like,
thought, yeah.
Humankind hasn't changed much
No.
for 1,000 years.
I know that there had to be
way
We're all
longer
just
than
sitting
that. Like
around laughing at our dicks still.
no. So like anatomically, like our brains have been the same for like 30,000-40,000 years at least.
I thought of somebody
Same as ours now. We just didn't have the build like the add-on.
Right.
I thought of two
Yeah,
people
like-
standing in
You
trees.
got better at recording information.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought of two people standing in trees. This had to have happened. And they're like avoiding a predator like a cheetah or something. And then one person farts and the other person laughs. And then the person that farts, animals have stronger sense of smell. So they were probably like asshole and found that person, ate them. And then that other person was like, damn. That shit was still funny though.
Asshole first, probably.
yeah, like a
First
pig.
bite was like deep into the fucking cunt meat. I want to get cunt tattooed on my forehead. Just say fuck society,
You're getting Trump tattooed on your forehead?
cunt, trap. But same thing, but no, cunt.
I don't know. I had to make it weirdly political for a half second.
I feel like
Just
I
'cause
feel
like-
I feel like if I ever saw somebody with a Trump tattoo on their forehead, no political, like no feeling behind it or anything at all, but I would probably just go ahead and whop them one.
It would make sense if you cut like on your fingers. You know what I'm saying? The finger space. But like, why the forehead? What makes you want to do the forehead in particular?
Just because of the complete rejection of society. If you get cunt tattooed on your forehead, you have to live a different life, bro. Like seriously, like you're prison bound or like gonna be homeless.
See, I have that same type of mentality, but but it's a little varied because I have like that full force, like fuck everything. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm in the shadows about it. So you know what I'm saying? I might be the type to get like fuck on my fucking inner lip or something. You know?
Fuck that. You should get a little dick tattooed in there and just have a little
that's
dick
something I would
tattooed
do,
inside you.
bro. Oh my god, just blowing a little load.
Right.
It's something to fucking do.
That's
Get the
fucking
big
nasty.
Imagine when like you forget to tell the dentist. Yeah, I'm saying.
Fuck
And-
it.
and you go in there for a cleaning,
Cuz
and then they're like,
about like getting a tattoo gun and doing it on my finger.
I think I'm gonna
Just
get
like
a
one
gold
on,
tooth
like
in
on
the
a
back.
finger somewhere. Oh, that would be dope.
I'm gonna get a back tooth that is gold. Pretty sure.
It's fucking baller.
Maybe. It's like not that expensive. It's gold plated. I'm not gonna get a real gold tooth. You know what I mean? Like a gold
I've always
cheap
wanted gold
one.
teeth.
all gold or just one or two.
Are you gonna get a grill?
I think it would be cool to have
Anything-
all gold
anything.
replaced.
Yeah.
Like your teeth are it's a superior item.
What's
They
his
would
name
last
with the
forever.
clock
but, like-
that had all the reality shows on VH1?
Yeah, but now somebody
Flavor
wants
Flav.
your teeth. I
Flavor
don't want anybody wanting my
Flav.
teeth.
Yeah.
I think he had gold teeth at once.
Oh yeah.
You ever
he's
seen me in a
probably got
chomping
gold teeth right now.
contest? I
That
chomp someone's face off before they got them gold
Flavor
honkers.
Flav
And
probably
I'm just-
had gold teeth since he came out the womb. Come on now.
I'm just not. I would never be in the public eye, so no one would ever know I had gold teeth. Really,
Flavor Flav.
Let's talk about the human beings and our fascination with these shiny gold objects. You know,
it's
what I
just
mean?
shiny. That's all. It's just what you
Why-
said. It's
it
just
has such
shiny.
a pull to us.
It was.
Well, it
made
is
in
a superior
neutron.
metal too, though. That's the thing. Like
It
you
made-
can use, you
it-
can make electronics out of
Right.
it. So that's my thing behind
Yeah.
gold. It is worth
It
it.
was made by dying stars.
There has to be a natural
Diamonds aren't
reason
worth it.
behind it, a
Diamonds
naturalistic.
aren't worth it.
Diamonds. Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot more diamonds than we used to think there were.
Well, there's a lot more gold.
I didn't know about the gold,
Well,
but
just
I've
like-
read.
Well, and plus the
I'm talking about in
artificial
space.
diamonds.
I'm talking about in space,
The
really.
artificial diamonds I've heard are better than the real thing.
Yeah, diamonds are artificially inflated for price because
Yeah.
of
They do look
that's
good.
the reason why there's
They
wedding
look
rings.
good,
But
To,
there is like diamond coated shit in
Like-
technology.
yeah,
Like,
diamond is
it is also
great,
technology, you know what I
great
mean? Like-
use.
like-
There's more use to it than
especially
to
like
wear it on our fingers. You know what I'm
and,
saying?
for
Yeah.
refractory reasons with laser
Right.
technology. Like they've done a lot with
So
that for,
it's
like,
hardness,
smashing atoms. Yeah,
it's
because they smash
reflectivity,
atoms
all
into
that.
it.
Yeah,
So all deep
Gold,
thoughts
Clearness.
gold
aside,
isn't hard. It's pretty soft.
I'm talking about diamonds.
Oh, okay.
all
But
deep,
I mean,
diamond is like the hardest thing on the fucking planet, isn't it?
all
almost
deep
one of
thoughts
the
aside,
we
though.
have.
Almost
Like all deep
Yeah.
thoughts aside, though. Like, what's your favorite fucking one to look at, though? Like, if you had to think about, like, what's your favorite precious stone or
Gold.
metal? Gold.
Gold.
You
It's
look at
definitely gold.
Right on.
crack
Or if you had to
cocaine.
have like one piece of jewelry right now, like what would it be made of? You know, it could be anything.
Emerald.
Yeah. Bing.
Yeah, I like ruby, sapphire, emerald, all those stones. I would want
a ruby.
I would want
Ruby
something
would be
like
cool.
that in a
real
very
big ass ruby ring.
Erica has rubies in her wedding ring.
It's cool.
I want something like that in a very unique color and clarity.
I just think it's crazy how this one thing is just mined like a motherfucker all throughout this planet by all these primate descendants. You know what I mean? And we all have this
You just kept
fascination,
digging, cuz.
this obsession.
Dig. I gotta- I was like,
with
go to
fucking
the-
gold, dude.
You good?
Is like so coveted in our culture and our society, and just I feel like it's almost ingrained in our DNA. You know what I mean?
I think it is literally in our DNA. You know, they say that in a
Well, there's a
way
lot of
DNA stores memories.
And it's
And there's a lot of theories. There are a lot of theories that the whole reason human beings even became what we are is because we're a slave race to like the fucking Anunnaki or whatever, that they came down, made us intelligent. Pretty much your theory that we were talking about the other day, that
Yeah.
aliens had a hand in shaping us. They helped us along in evolution to just mine these precious metals pretty much all throughout the planet because they needed them for their electronics.
just to play. Just to play devil's advocate. But what if like,
I love
More-
devil's advocate.
what if that is like just your brain playing tricks on you to distract you from just being calm and at peace with yourself by not thinking about that type of shit? Because does that even matter?
It
Does
doesn't,
what?
no,
You know what I mean?
it's fun to talk about and think
I know.
about though.
Does what matter though?
I'm a skeptic of it very much because I'm kind of on the aliens are fake bandwagon lately. But they're just so mainstream. I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into that right now. That's a topic for another time. That's a fucking crazy conspiracy rabbit hole, dude.
So many rabbit
Kind of like
holes.
the CIA's doing it to like distract you from things. Is that what you're thinking?
You know, one thing I have noticed lately is that if you look at the moon landers, what pieces of shit those things were. Like, you mean to tell me people landed on a moon in the vacuum of space?
Right, in the 60s, we didn't have nothing better than this.
This shit looks like what's the little giant ladder that turns into a scaffold? It looks like they used one of those and some aluminum foil and like a children's tent play set for the poles. You feel me? And put aluminum foil around those poles on top of a little giant ladder, and they're like, "We went to the moon in this." Like,
It seems
I don't
insane.
know.
It seems like
You
witchcraft.
don't
but
feel like the
also-
moon landing was real?
Well, it seems like
I don't
witchcraft,
know.
but it also at the same time, everything smart kind of seems like I see planes and I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
You feel like planes are witchcraft?
no, I just mean like it's insane. Like I couldn't figure out.
aviation isn't.
Well, no, but
That's what I mean.
there's a whole science behind it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing with the moon.
I-
There's a
I-
whole there's
so
3,000 people that went into that are the smartest people that we had
Wow.
that like at the time.
There
You know what I mean? There was like 10,000 pages of code that went into just the launch alone that some lady handwrit.
Yeah. That,
I don't know what that code came from, but it transformed, and like that's kind of where computers started a bit.
mhm.
So like they definitely did something for computer technology,
So-
even if they didn't do the move.
Here's what I know. I'm gonna say what I know for sure. You can't deny fucking International Space Station. You can't deny satellites. You can't deny taking off. But that whole idea of the radiation belt and it being impervious to human contact, was it the Higgs boson radiation or something weird like that? Radiation belt, several miles, thousands of miles above what would be orbit, exists, and a lot of theories say people can't go beyond that. I could totally see that being plausible. Like Voyager and stuff like that. I believe in the Hubble, obviously, so you can break it. I don't know if can we break it with a human, but I just look at some of the spacecrafts used for that mission, and it's just a little suspect in how
It's just
they
the top
look.
part too, though.
Right, the lander
Yeah.
itself.
So yeah, but like the thing about like the radiation too is like that was all in the 60s. We thought that the radiation was a lot worse than it was because we didn't have the technology that we have now to closely examine what the radiation is. And
Okay.
it's not really as bad as we thought it was.
Okay.
It's not as inconceivable as we thought.
So as our technology evolved, we developed better shields to said radiation.
I'm angry.
I heard the radiation is akin to like getting an X-ray.
I am angry
really
at
not
the
that bad.
fact.
As you noticed, X-rays when we were kids were a big deal, but as we like became adults, they're like not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not huge.
It's like going through the airport and getting your fucking shit wanted. It's like the same type shit almost.
I am upset at the fact that if we really did land on the moon with those sketchy ass little landers and shit, why the fuck are we not going back now that we have such better technology?
We are.
Well, I'm glad that we are finally.
There's NASA's going to start a moon, like a lunar base in 2024. That's a real thing.
There are conspiracy theories that there's been a base on the moon.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I know, but
50s.
there's actual like funding
40s,
going towards
50s.
like starting a base on the moon because like
We need it.
Elon's going
It's
to Mars. Elon's going to Mars. America's got to at least go to the moon.
Easier to launch off of it.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine?
yeah,
What if
we
we
gotta
set up
mine
like
the
solar
asteroids.
fields on the moon?
Yeah, and we got to mine the asteroids too. It's so easy to
And
take
plus,
over.
you could probably see shit way better from the moon with no light pollution, no atmosphere. You could see.
You put a telescope on the moon.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
dude,
fuck
we
would you
could
see
see
that?
shit way better from the moon. Period. The
That'd just be
atmosphere
cool.
is probably the biggest thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that shit'll happen.
Free living space to
I feel
live
like
on the
we-
moon. Are you going in
It
2036?
would be free.
I feel like though,
You'd be
like I've
getting
thought
paid.
about this. Like, what if we're
I
in
don't think they're
quantum
gonna start a
space?
hotel on the
Hmm?
moon.
Like,
anytime
what if our
soon.
big space is something else as quantum space? You know how our quantum space is weird and there's shit
Yeah.
that's in it,
Yeah,
And then like what if like our big space, which kind of behaves like quantum space, like not exactly, but there's similarities.
We don't know.
It like big space is more similar to quantum space than either are like our reality. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like what if like, it's just the small space to something way big, like way big. I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
It's
as
kind of
fuck.
like Courtney Who.
Like you go through a black
It's
hole,
kinda
you go
like-
through a black hole and you do just end up somewhere else. It's like,
Right.
oh, it's you're on a
It's kinda like-
sidewalk.
The whole world is active out there, but in this room right now, we don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Well, if you look at the everything on this planet, everything's fractal.
Yep.
So the whole idea with black holes, I believe they're fractal, and each one is a whole nother universe with thousands of black holes or whatever.
It's
You
my
know what I'm
water,
saying?
right?
Yeah, I
We
think they're
probably
like an entity.
An uncountable number of black holes in our universe. You know what I'm saying? Whether we can observe them or not.
There's definitely one for sure. They're like writing a paper right now about it.
Oh, we know of like black holes that have combined
the-
to make super black holes.
Well, I'm saying
Well, the
one in
thought
the
is that
Milky
there's
Way.
one- yeah,
There's
but
like
there's
literally,
one in the Milky
yeah,
Way.
yeah.
a supermassive black hole at the center
Dude,
of the
the-
Milky Way. They think that there's one in the center of every galaxy.
That's
is
what I was
they're
gonna say.
starting to
The
think, yeah.
paper's actually on. Like they're
It
saying,
would-
if
it would
there's
give
one here, then they
Credence
think
to the
that-
whole swirl pattern of them.
Yeah.
And some of them you see without swirls and
They
shit.
think that like the supernova, like the dying of the star that creates the fucking black hole, they think that whole process is what creates the elements that create all the planets in the galaxies.
Exactly.
And like to me, it makes kind of perfect sense. It's like kind of to me, I don't know, that's kind of probably how the fucking Big Bang was. Like it was a bunch of science happened and then there was elements and then a billion years like time and perseverance and all that, and then it became what it became.
Well, there was chaos.
Kablam,
There was
son,
chaos.
son.
There was chaos, and eventually gravity took over.
Sorry,
Your left thigh.
Where?
Left thigh. Left
Motherfucker,
knee.
love me.
Um,
Pet forever.
but I mean, yeah, dude, the fucking
Got
idea
hungry.
of the universe being fractal. Every black hole is just another universe.
That's what's up.
That's fucking.
What about string theory? String theory, there's 11 dimensions, and we can only access 4 of them. The fourth one's in the tiny realms, and like the other ones, we basically reach like
Bullshit.
a big piece of jelly in space that you can't get
Bullshit.
out
I
of.
reached 9. I nutted one time. I was on 9. It was wild. It was like, I swear, it was like, whoa.
You got to try to get to the 11th, from what I hear.
That's wild.
I definitely know there are more dimensions because, like I say, psychedelics have.
Well, like you got to think of what a dimension is. It's just a way
Right.
to measure time and space.
Or
I mean, those are
perception.
2 of the dimensions.
And I
but-
definitely
Well, the
went
fifth
in
dimension can very well
between.
be time man-made.
And I definitely went in between the spaces that I'm used to at points. You feel me?
Right.
On trips. And
Do you
stuff.
think that, all right, so here's the thing, because like you got to think about, all right, so like when you're on drugs, right? Like maybe you have like an epiphany or whatever, but like I kind of look at like probably, like, do you think dreams are kind of like that too though?
Yeah, I think that you can.
You ever had a
actively-
dream that was like just as like kind of the same way as a drug?
Oh yeah.
Like gave you the kind of same experience or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had really vivid, intense dreams. I wouldn't say that's the same as a drug, though. I'd say that's just my dreaming habits. Like whenever I'm not smoking weed, they're off the wall crazy, and that's how they've been ever since I was a kid. Every night it was fucking crazy dreams. If I'm not like if I'm smoking weed, like my usual,
The black. Sleep.
yeah, I don't dream or I don't remember my dreams.
I have crazy dreams like all the time, and it's like
It's only when
I do, but I
kinda
don't.
why I don't
remember
do
them.
drugs anymore. It's like the dreams are just nuts. So fuck
Yeah,
it.
I do have crazy dreams.
Yeah, just-
Some of the craziest drug trips I've had have been in dreams. I feel like.
Yeah.
Have you ever tripped in a dream and then woke up
Yeah.
and thought that you?
Yeah,
had a
like
trip?
I told you about that.
I
I
mean-
called you the next day.
Oh
remember?
yeah.
I went to bed one day and then fucking Tristan calls me and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like 10 o'clock at night. And I answer the phone. And then he's like, dude, you got to call into work. We got a trip. I'm having a horrible day. And like, we just got to do it. Something in me was like, all right, like I've never called in. So fuck them. And I did. And we tripped. And it was like the whole fucking night. We tripped. We did all this shit and all this crap. And then you left. I drank coffee. It's like, fuck yeah. All right. I'm going to go to sleep. And then I'll go to work. And then I woke up and it was like 11:30 at night. And it was like, what the fuck just happened? Like I slept for like 4 hours. It was like 8 p.m. when I went to sleep. I woke up at 11:30. None of that really happened.
Right.
And it was like, I was so confused. I thought it was like, it had happened. And I woke up and I was just like, the fuck? Sleep like a whole day? I like called Tristan and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right, whatever. And like figured it out. I'm like, that was the weirdest shit. That was like one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had.
That is crazy intense. I've never
And I've had that
never once
before.
had a happening like that.
So have you ever like woke up from being asleep and then went right back to sleep and somehow could like re-access a dream?
Yeah. I do
That's
that all the
that's
time.
astral projection essentially,
Well, I thought that was lucid dreaming.
or lucid dreaming.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah.
Yeah, lucid dreaming.
Astral projection is like when you come out of your body.
You
You walk
can-
around in real life, but your body's still asleep.
You can lucid dream though on purpose.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're not exactly gonna get exactly what you're going for, but you can have a nuts dream on purpose.
I've
Yeah.
practiced lucid dreaming. The best for me, the best results I've ever had is like right after I got like a good sleep. If I woke up like real late in the morning or whatever, early in the morning rather, to use the restroom or something, I would go back in with the mindset because I could fall asleep real fucking easy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was one of those things, and I would literally jump right back into the dream I was in.
Yeah.
But I would have like more of like the mindset of not being in that haze. of like
You're more in control.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
I feel like it's
have more
easy.
control in those experiences whenever I go back in.
Yeah, that's the same thing as lucid dreaming. It's just like when you lucid dream, it's like you kind of do it on purpose, but it's like I've never been able to pick the setting. Like it's kind of like I just am in whatever dream, but I'm kind of in control.
Yeah, exactly.
almost
You,
like
you
I'm
don't know
just
how you
going
got
for a
there or why
ride.
you're there, but you know that you can do whatever you want while you're there a bit.
Sort of.
I
Sort of.
definitely
kind of have
don't.
to follow a storyline.
Right.
Yeah,
I
a
don't
bit.
know that I can do whatever I do, but I definitely like go through the story better and I pick up and remember more things about the dream too.
I've
Like,
never
I try to keep a
practiced
dream journal
lucid
whenever I'm
dreaming.
sober. I said super. When
Subaru, when you Subaru.
I'm
For me, it's like I'm falling asleep while I'm in the dream. Like I'll be like I'm in control, and then like some weird shit will happen. I'll be like, oh, I'll wake up again. I'll be like, oh shit, I am in a dream still. And then you know what I mean?
That's
Like you kind of lose control of what like you have to do the thing, but you don't know why.
I'll never forget.
dude. It's like
You know
I'm
what I
on a leash and something is walking me through.
Yeah.
It's like
A bit.
it's like one of those shitty games for the PlayStation where it's got like one storyline that you have to
Right.
follow, and you're like,
I
just on this
totally
path.
I totally have become self-aware and found myself lucidly dreaming on, I want to say 2 or 3 occasions to take full advantage of it, but I've never practiced lucid dreaming. And 2 of those experiences were in my teenage years, and they caused me to try to practice lucid dreaming afterwards for a little while, but I never was able to. I didn't stick with it. I didn't practice enough, but I mean, I was able to conjure things, and I spent a long time in there.
If you keep a sleep journal, like you write down what you remember when you wake up, you can kind of go back into your shit a bit. But you get like you read it before you go to sleep, and you get back into the mindset of what you were thinking, and then you go to sleep. You kind of get back in there, and you're like, I'm okay, I'm asleep. You know what I mean?
That's the best thing. And I've had this idea recently. I just need to start keeping a journal on me, period, and writing
That'd be
down
cool.
all of my ideas. You know what I'm saying? Because even though it's going to be like 60% bad, I'm going to have 40% of gold, or like at least good shit. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah,
can be used.
it's
to
a
be
great
put into
habit.
Any type of material, dude.
It's really helped. I wouldn't be able to do comedy without that idea to write stuff
Or
down.
anything you can record information in. Like
Yeah.
some people use their notes on their phone. Some people
do.
write on a laptop. Some
Yeah.
people I like using, like you said, like pen and paper. I've got a lot of journals.
I like to keep me a little pocketbook on me.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll record things on Snapchat and save it for me.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do multiple things.
Just whatever
Screenshot.
Facebook information.
messages,
Yeah.
You have waters?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Think I can bum a smoke off?
Yeah, of course, man. Fucking yeah, man. It just sucks. Like I'll be thinking about a lot. Like I don't know why. Like I said that at work the other day, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy. I was
I've
like,
been thinking a lot lately, man. Shit's rough.
no, that's the thing. It was not. It's not that rough. It's like not nearly as rough as it's ever been for me. It's as least rough as it's ever
What
been
were you
for me.
thinking about him specifically?
So like I asked these people, like all these other people
that was
that
the
I,
butt of my joke.
it's all good. I asked these people that I work with, and I was just like, y'all ever miss like being poor, like the struggle of like not having enough money and shit, or not having like, like I kind of have like enough money to pay everything and shit now. And
Yeah.
it's kind of the first time ever.
Right.
It's cool, but it's like there's no real struggle there. That's why.
Living comfortably.
Yeah, but it's
yeah.
like just because it's comfortable, it's like not that. I don't know. I want to do something. I want to like fucking do something good. You know what I
You
mean?
want to do something better.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's what it's all about.
I want to. I want to have to struggle. I want to have to fight. You know what I mean?
What? You want to have to fight?
Yeah, not like fight, like metaphorically, man.
No,
like
I know what you you want a challenge.
yeah, to be challenged.
You trying to go? Is that what y'all saying right now, bros?
You know, for
Fucking
going out
look-
Fight Club, right?
I'm gonna headbutt your fucking cunt, son. Fucking say another word.
Headbutt my bean and make me rain.
Good God.
Kerplunk.
Beans, what the fuck?
Beans, what the fuck? Good shit.
I love beans personally.
I made beans for the first time in the crock pot the other day, and they were fantastic. You just put a ham bone in there,
Ham bone.
Ham bone and water.
Double-sided
Onion powder,
Scooby snack.
pepper, salt. Delicious.
And orange peanut.
For me.
Well, I accept you.
And then you get the bean and cheese burrito afterwards with the leftovers. Bean and cheese.
Beans.
Beans. All you need is just a little bit of beans and cornbread.
You say beans one more fucking time, I'm gonna fuck your face with my cunt.
You guys are some of my favorite people to hang out with.
Well, I love you too, man. I love you too, brother.
Well, thank you, brother. I love
Get over here. I want to suck your dick.
Very, very grateful for these times we have to hang out.
I love your
Hell
fucking-
yeah, dude.
I love your fucking mustache.
Bro, I burnt it a little bit earlier.
Well, that's sad because it's
Yeah.
magnificent.
I really want to
It's actually,
see.
like the 8th time.
You
that
should
this-
start a Twitter for your
It's like
mustache.
the 8th time that this side has got singed
Pistachio joke.
because of my smoking habits.
You should start a
So I'm just every time just act like it's not even there and just.
You should start stylizing your mustache and then have it in your
start a
beard.
Twitter for your mustache and only post mustache puns.
I was thinking about
Called the Pistachio joke.
shaving the beard actually and just going straight stash.
Do it.
Yeah.
If you want to be a pedophile.
If it was westernly like, wouldn't that just be like a barber shop?
A Western pedophile.
Straight up married
I'm
14-year-olds.
I'm fucking with you.
They were
100%.
pedophiles.
Right, they weren't.
I feel like
Cowboys.
I feel like yeah, whatever you would
They
do,
were like the
you'd be
cookie
fine
cutter
with it.
pedophile.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I've really
All the
played
denim
myself.
and everything.
If you did that,
You walked
if
right
you
into that
did
when they had the
I would
ass lift
come to you
chaps.
to shave my-
Yeah.
I would believe that you were a barbershop quartet.
Yeah, I guess if I shave the beard and keep the mustache, I just look like I have like an actual rape dungeon or something.
You could maybe like
Or
trim
that
off
you wear a
the sides
cotton in
and
the
keep
military.
it like.
Right.
Just go sideburns.
Or you would look like
Lamb chop it.
if
Mutton
you
chops,
chopped
baby,
off,
mutton
you shaved
chops.
your
Fuck
beard and
no.
you kept the mustache, you would look like Tyler Childers.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he has
I
a
love Tyler
mustache.
Childers.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
He has
I'm
that
saying
mustache.
from here down.
He would look like a fancy man more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would look
Take
like a
off the
fancy
chops.
businessman from the
Take off the
1800s.
chops and keep that.
Okay.
Just shave down your chin and leave fucking like
Right.
two
A
pyramids.
big
of
V
fucking,
and a big old fork.
Keep one luscious bead and tie it to your pubes.
Wow.
Leave like one strand worth across in a line.
I'm gonna
Just-
shave the word cunt into my neck. Just leave it there.
The word of the night is cunt.
Word of the night, folks.
Fucking cunt. If anybody counts the cunts from this episode,
We're getting banned and like.
Is
Yeah,
that
good
wrong?
country.
Should I not be saying cunt so often?
Well, it depends on the intention behind it. Just like everything.
The intention is to shock and awe. It's to pervade the senses with my cunt.
that was okay.
That's the last one.
That was good.
That is
That was good.
exactly the basis of this podcast. Actually,
Shock and awe.
shock and awe, and
I
Finger
cannot
banging.
believe how stupid
started
these
with
guys
finger
are.
banging.
right.
It started. We literally started talking about like the social unrest in the world, and we got all the way.
Back to cunts.
It really does.
Hey, you said it that time. I haven't said
It's
it.
coming full circle.
It's been 46 seconds. I haven't said it yet.
This is probably about right.
I like what comes around goes around.
Hey, I'm
Well,
about to go
then I'm
around
gonna say
till I just
cunts
came,
more.
boy.
I'm gonna say it some more. Hey,
You lint liquor.
I like the
S'more.
way. I like the way you move your lips.
Yum.
What do
Remind
you
me
guys-
of a lizard when you do that.
That's good.
A gecko just slurping up flies.
Like a lickalotopus.
I have a Savannah monitor.
Oh, you
I'm,
do?
I'm doing an impression of it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We should start a
It's
nature
about
show
this
at
big
your
right now.
house.
Dude,
Where?
we could do it
Where you
straight
keep
up.
it at, in your garage?
No, I keep it in my bedroom.
So if I start,
I've got 20 tarantulas and a Savannah
I'll film
monitor
an
in
anchor
my
show for you.
bedroom.
What size
That'd be
terrarium you got the Monitoring.
I think it's
We could go
40
find fucking
gallons,
people
but it's,
though.
like,
We could do like
more
we could not
wide
discriminate.
than, like tall.
We could, like go
He's
find like
done
a
up right
Valley
here,
Station
like,
guy
it's Hurley,
and like just like
That's tight.
here's a Valley
Dude,
Station
fucking
male.
monsters.
Dude, we found him. He was like a baby. He was like fucking like $50 or something. We're like,
Really?
what? Yes,
I love
we'll get a big
monitors.
lizard for $50.
Oh yeah,
We've already got everything else.
I forgot what you said his name was.
Mushu.
Mushu. That's
Mushu,
a great name. That's a great
Yeah.
name. Good call on the name.
Every Erica's whole Instagram is just spiders, and every spider has a weird name like that. A good
Nice.
name.
Fucking love lizards.
I fucking love spiders.
She's got 20 of them now.
That's a lot.
20 different arachnids.
Tarantulas.
Would you ever eat a spider?
Yeah, I think it's like one of those cave spiders from like Harry
Fear
Potter.
Factor.
Like Harry. Oh, I was thinking.
Oh,
I just watched the Harry Potter.
spiders actually look like they could be like
Delicious.
Hagrid probably has a couple recipes.
You know what I mean? Like they
go
got some
fried.
meat on
You
them.
know what I mean?
Fried.
Hagrid would
for sure.
never eat one of those
Oh
spiders.
shit, Hagrid would never eat one
Nah,
of those
dude.
spiders.
Hagrid likes animals too
Especially-
much.
Oh well,
Hagrid
His
is
meat
not.
was always fresh cut, like
Hagrid
fucking
is not
steak
that
and shit.
size and
Ferrets.
vegan. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he was. Nah, he was steak. He always had big fat steaks,
He
like
did.
constantly, like because they be getting hurt and shit, and they go to his place and he fucking slap a big old steak on.
hit us to eat 'em.
Yeah, he's a steak eater. But I don't think he'd eat a spider. Like, think about how like he saved that. He got expelled for the one spider,
Aragog, yeah.
so it's like he ain't gonna eat one of the other ones.
I'm not
I'm about the life, cuz.
Hagrid all wrong.
I'm fine. I love you, dog.
It's like I'm playing. Hagrid did eat spiders.
Bro,
He loved him, bitch. He fried him up every
ass,
day.
bro. No.
I think Hagrid is more dark than that. I think he's eating students.
He eating students.
He's an A student.
The ones that aren't important to the storyline.
Where the meat and steaks are coming from?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like Charles Manson.
Dude, you should do a whole fan fiction fucking story of Hagrid the cannibal.
Dumbledore's like, I love you, man, but you really gotta stop. Just say it was a snake or whatever.
Him ass first, cuz.
Fourth time this week.
Stop,
You're
stop,
supposed to do one a month. Come on, man.
stop going beehole first, bro.
Why?
Fucking Hagrid.
From the first joke, the cheetah joke. R.I.P.
He looks like a mix between me and you. Hagrid. Me and you mixed together would be a Hagrid, bro.
That's fucking hilarious. Yo.
I can't wait for gene splicing to be better. I want to see this.
Once it's a leisurely activity, we're doing this.
We gotta do it.
Me and him just hop in a CRISPR machine and do like a Hagrid bit.
25 years from now, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna like hit it with a ray gun to make it fast forward like 25 years in life.
It's not gonna work
got you.
right. It's gonna have
That
two
thing is
heads.
gonna fucking.
It's gonna be a true monster, and we're gonna have to kill it.
His whole
But
purpose in life is gonna be to fucking kill every single.
It's gonna immediately fuck us in the
creating
ass.
monsters. Nobody wants to see Marshall.
It's gonna use its strength to make us fuck
Nobody
each
wants
other.
to see the Eric Mitchell Hagrid baby.
It would be weird if it came out like with all of y'all's like non-dominant traits instead, and it's just like really small.
That's how you get Michael Sarah.
That's hilarious. Looking like a turtle outside its shell. Or a slug. Like Michael Cera looks like a slug that crawled out of its shell.
Damn. I'm sorry, Michael. He watches the show.
Well, fuck that guy. No. Just
Too busy.
I'm such a fan that I want to make fun of him.
I will say, and this is the end. That was my favorite character of him when he blows the cocaine in
That's
McLevin's face.
That's funny as fuck. I like everything he's ever done. He's a great fucking.
Yeah, he's a G.
Shit.
That one with all the fucking ex boyfriends that he had to fight. That one was cool. Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I watched
Versus
that
the world.
The fucking movie, dude.
It's a cool movie.
I watched that the other day.
That's good shit. My
The years.
oldest son loves that movie.
Oh, yeah? Is Asher into TikTok?
His his buddies are. So when he's with them, he kind of is.
You don't allow him. I wouldn't.
Well, he doesn't have
Do
the
it,
phone,
can, brother.
I'm sure he would have
I got
TikTok.
burned today. I've
Right.
been burned a few times. Let me get
We're like 4
Just,
shades darker than we were last time we saw each other.
I've shown
I've been in the
people
sun a
that
bit.
Video.
Me too.
They all died.
Oh yeah, the Jesus
Just
one.
standing outside. Just
Did I
looking at
tell you
shit.
it netted me a loss in followers for the day?
Yeah, I saw it happen actually. I was curious about it. But I saw you start to pick up like a day later or something.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then you've gained like what, 2,000 since then?
I haven't. I don't know. No point. Couple points. I don't know. Maybe.
I saw it jump it up to like 137.
Yeah, I'm not.
You ain't counting, but I am, homie.
I'm counting. I'm counting, but
Girl.
it's hard to remember day by day.
I'm glad that some of your comedic genius is being put out to a bunch of people like that. It should be. I mean, you should be fucking getting paid for comedy, dude.
Appreciate you, man.
Hashtag make Eric famous.
Hashtag
He's on his
stand
way.
up and skate. July 24th, Louisville, Kentucky.
Be there or die.
Riot Skate Park.
Bring your cunt to
I'm hyped.
Riot
It'll be
Skate.
my first time there. I can't wait to skate the little park. It'll be fucking tight.
You ain't never been
Hell
there.
yeah.
I take a fall or two.
I don't think I've ever been there either.
I fucked
Whitney's
my ribs
coming.
up hard there.
I definitely
Whitney's
want to
coming.
drop
Fucking
in.
A.
Man.
Everybody's in, man. She's hyped.
I'm coming.
She's hyped to see
Eric
it.
is coming.
Just to see.
Back.
She's never really like she's been to skate parks because Dill skates and shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to go see if he gets the time and shit.
That's right out where he lives too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, right down the street from him, basically, like
Nice.
12-minute drive.
Yeah, I'll probably get him to go. He's good at skating. Man. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw him do a kickflip. Just
Dude,
like
I
it wasn't
landed
nothing.
a kickflip the other day.
Cowboy boots.
No way.
Just out fucking around, yeah.
You landed one?
And
Fuck
now
yeah.
I'm getting like really close, but it's like I'm getting 1 foot on and 1 foot barely off. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I need to get back out there. I was thinking about going tonight if we wrap this at a appropriate enough time.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Skate the fucking wood planks with you.
I
I
did
brought
bring
my
my
Baker
skateboard.
board just in case.
I brought my skateboard too.
and it,
I was going to hit the park, but I mean, it's, I'd be down for a garage session. That's right there in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
either or, dude.
Yeah, because it's been a couple of days for me. I'm just so scared to
would
go
be down
down
just to
there
skate
at
park
my
right now.
size. If I break anything and there's less than favorable people there that I don't trust, it's going to be an awful situation. You feel
At
me?
least if I'm there, Tristan's there, you know you're gonna get to the car. And
Right.
Right.
Like, here, take my shit because I've probably got stuff on me, and like, you know,
And, you know, if one of us got to, we're fucking putting you in the passenger seat and we're driving
Right.
you to the
Straight up, wherever you need to go.
UFL, bro.
Right.
It's right there. Yeah.
and I can
Drop
drive.
you in the parking lot and fucking leave, bitch.
I'm gonna take you to my house. Hobble you.
Kept you for a while.
Going to the rape dungeon.
No. It's not gonna be like that.
Mine now.
I'm gonna bring you stuff and we're gonna watch movies together. You just can't leave.
Now that you're wounded.
I'm gonna take real
Like
good
that
care of
movie
you.
Miserable.
Yeah, like I'm gonna bring you whatever you want. Like it'll be cool,
Oh,
but
don't
like,
worry, I'm gonna take care of you.
yeah,
real
I
good.
I'll hurt
take
you real
care of
bad when we get
You
inside.
you just can't leave, and I'm gonna make sure you know.
Well, I mean, I'm down for that. You know, let's won't have to pay rent or car payment anymore. I
It's
mean,
actually why Max isn't here tonight.
Oh.
why?
But I hobbled him. He's in the basement right now.
Oh,
Nice.
Hashtag kill your friends.
Yes. I've got at least 3 now. Spencer's there too. I didn't hobble him. He just likes to be there.
Spencer, he put himself there. He's managing it for free.
I'm wrecked.
Huh?
I'm wrecked.
I'm thinking about hobbling myself for the disability.
That's what's up. You guys should just on paper we'll hobble all of you, and then you'll just come. We'll just like make a commune living.
No, really. I think I'm just gonna like make money doing something in the
Communes-
buy acreage. And maybe do
Communes
that.
are really cool ideas until the head gas starts fucking everybody's wives.
I haven't done
Hell
it. Yet.
yeah.
There's only me in the house.
Base God fucked my bitch, and I loved it. Been getting really into cooking lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, like deeper in, like just making my own sauces and like fucking really cooking shit. Like the other day, I seared like a pork loin. Like I seared it,
Nice.
rubbed it down with shit, and then I cooked it for like 8 hours. It was so fucking good. Like just like no sauce. I sauced it after. Like I like to tear my shit up and then put sauce on it.
Yeah.
That's just how I like to eat. I like it to be smothered in sauce. But fucking even before the sauce, like it would have been great carnitas meat or whatever. Like
Yeah. I'll tear it up and sear it.
the longer you take on a meat, like it's fucking fire. Oh, pork, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
But
I did that once though, and I did end up overcooking it, even on low or medium in a crock pot.
I bought a fucking thermometer. I was monitoring it very light. Is it
Lately,
digital? I did not get a digital one.
Got it at Meyer.
Is it expensive?
$12.
$12. That's good.
$12.
Oh yeah.
lately, we got on the air fryer kick at my house, so I've been really
Hell yeah.
out there with different shit with that.
What's your favorite all-time fried food?
Funnel cakes from the fair.
Fuck yeah.
Speaking of that, we just went to the fair yesterday up in Harrison County.
Nice.
Got some
What's
funnel
your
cakes
favorite
and shit.
fried food? Like if you had to have any
Harrison County, Indiana.
French
Their
fries.
fair was last week.
French fries?
Where's that?
I'll fuck some French fries up.
Okay.
Yeah, I like fried Oreos.
I do like fried
100%. Or chicken nuggets.
Ford and Fairgrounds.
Fried chicken
That's
nuggets.
probably why there was.
Oh, no, I gotta say,
recently.
chicken
Okay.
That's why I said I was dead for the summer.
Fried chicken tenders. That's the hands
Can't
down.
live. I don't know. Fried fish is really good too.
I couldn't live without fried chicken tenders though. What's your favorite fried
Ooh,
food?
the chicken.
It's gotta be chicken
Right,
tenders.
the
Yeah, that's what I said. Chicken tenders.
I mean, and fries. And
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Same.
I said fries.
Hell yeah. Basic bitches.
tendies and fries, bro. Tendies and fries.
Wings.
Right. Fried chicken wings.
All the time. I mean, chicken and goddamn fried. So perfect.
Yeah, fried whole ass chicken. You feel me? Like fuck
You-
it.
Do you guys ever like to? Have you all ever fried your own chicken?
Yeah,
like
have
to?
you ever fried
at
chicken
home?
without like coating it in anything? Just like frying it with the oil.
My dad
And
used to
bear
smoke
chicken?
whole chickens. That
Nah.
shit was good.
Yeah, like if you
Really?
if you put like a bunch of oil in the pan, you can like just fry the skin and then like cook the chicken at the same time. Shit's fire.
That's cool. Yeah, I make mine.
It's just turned into the cooking hour.
I like to make mine like crispy as fuck. Like I'll bread them, like triple bread them.
We
and
just
shit.
begin
I do that. I
stuff and
use
cooking
Parmesan.
shit, you know what I'm saying?
I use a lot of Parmesan in my breadings.
Really?
Parmesan and
What
Ritz
does that do?
crackers. It makes it cheesy and hold together really good.
It's gangster. I bought panko breading, but I don't know what the fuck to do with it. I've never
Ain't that
used
for
it.
fish?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, I thought
So like if you're using chicken,
Shrimp.
dip it in egg first.
Ooh,
and then roll
it's
it in
awesome.
Mexico,
Oh, yeah,
then put it in
shrimp.
the frying pan.
Shrimp breading for
Tight.
sure.
Thanks.
Fry it up.
Yeah,
It'll
'cause
hold
I've had
together.
it. I didn't know.
Or you can do it like you don't even like you can do flour first and then egg and then panko. Then it'll be like double fry.
Tight. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, a lot of times people will do they'll dip it in like a wash and then like a straight up flour, and then they'll give it a quick fry, and then they'll give it another dip in like a thick like well seasoned flour, and really let it cook.
I've always
That'll
just done
crunch.
I've always just done flour, and I've had good because, like I said, I'll triple do it. I'll use egg and milk. Like I just do a lot to it, so they're always pretty good. But I want to make them like gangster good, so I bought that, and then
I do that. I'll buy like boneless chicken and I'll make chicken tenders.
I do
It's
that,
also
yeah.
all
I
about
do
the
that, always boneless with chicken tenders. Like if you're frying if you're gonna go that extra step,
do you give it 30 minutes in a saltwater bath before you cook it?
Never done that. I want to try that.
I
That's
have.
what
It keeps it
Babish
juicy.
says.
Yep.
Keeps it
Babish
juicy.
says that. But I also, like I said, I'm real observant with my temperatures. So I've, like I said, never really had a problem with juicy. Like I keep it, it stays pretty good. But I'd like to try that.
Dude,
I've heard about
when
it.
I'm on my
Check it out,
diet,
but I like it crispy, so I'll try to sear it and I'll be like, chicken don't sear, it's dry, but I like it.
when I'm on my diet, it takes an hour, but it's very low effort. You just get some chicken breast, cut it up into chicken tender like slices, and you just hit it with, I like paprika, rosemary, lemon, salt, and pepper. And you got to do the 25-minute saltwater bath first, and then I just put it in a preheated oven I think at like 375 and let it sit for 25 minutes.
Nice.
Oh, and plenty of butter too.
Nice.
What if you fried chicken
That's
in
the
waffle
recipe
batter?
for any good
Be
food
probably
is
fire.
plenty of butter, like more than
You know,
Like if you're
Us-
wondering why your food, whenever you cook it, it tastes bad, it's because you're not using enough butter.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, straight up.
I use a whole stick of butter cooking a steak.
Oh my gosh. How? I mean, butter just it goes with everything cooking.
Yeah, I would say with like an entire
Undeniable.
dish, I'm using like anywhere from a quarter to half stick
Yeah.
of butter.
And dude, this idea goes back into what we were talking about earlier, like the striving to always be better. It's like we're always like you know what I'm saying you're always pushing to like cook better things, you know what I'm saying? That piques your interest. Fucking pushing forward is like a thing built in our fucking DNA. It's what I think something that made us who we are as like I don't know, however we became this. It's the push to fucking do better on everything.
Right.
Not just one thing. We want to fucking do better as a person, do better as a fucking neighbor,
And
do better as a cook, do better as a lover.
and then fucking record that shit and give it to somebody else who's kind of go, you know what I'm saying?
And even
we
if
got
you're
good
not
at
recording
that
it,
shit, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I learned what I know from old chefs or like old
Right.
fucking whoever and whatever and like from history. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's good to
Without knowing any of that, we wouldn't be anything like we are.
yeah, it's cool. It's like
Sure.
people
The way
went
we
through
share
shit, so I didn't
information.
have
Crash
to.
test dummies.
Yeah, crash test on
it almost makes us like a true hive, like
Hive
species,
mind.
because we share information at like an astounding rate.
And that's what the internet is and has been on our social
Purified.
structure. You know, they say like
Purified.
the leftists are
Eat
changing at
us.
a faster pace. Well, it's the internet. It's more
Manipulate.
communication between people, the masses.
The power to share information in a second or less.
Yeah. Look at things going viral. That's pure information. And sometimes it goes very viral in a day all around the world. So
Speaking of like information and like I saw something that Minecraft has a huge library where like there's like millions or something of articles like just books fucking stored there. It's like a whole fucking
library.
international library. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
In
and
Minecraft.
the information withheld in one of these library structures is actually content that in many other countries is considered illegal. So you can't have a physical form of it there. And say it'll even be the library is even organized by country, and so say this one country has a few documents, you'll look in the wing and there's a couple things, or there's countries that ban a lot of these books and information. It'll be big. It'll be a huge resource,
Right.
and so it's organized both ways. Yeah, I saw that project.
Dude, it's
you also
crazy.
got to look at Roblox. Roblox is crazier than you real. I just learned how like people Roblox is so open source that if you know how to code, you can use the Roblox source code, create your own game, put it on the marketplace, and these kids use Robux or whatever it is to buy your game, and you get that cash.
No shit.
Like, I just learned that like a lot of people been hustling on Roblox, and like they have other goods and services that they sell.
Is that
on
like
there.
is it like a learning thing? It teaches you code or something?
Roblox
I don't know.
has been a thing for like 15 years.
I
dude.
didn't, yeah, and I've
like
heard about it, but I never thought
But it's
about
like
it. I
Legos.
never tried it out or
Basically
anything.
is, but with computer information.
So wild.
It's linking code together. There's like records in the world where people remember like millions of lines of code and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
That's insane to me. Like, you are a computer. Like, we have just figured out how to replicate this motherfucker on a basis that is like, simulated or whatever.
Right.
Or like not simulated, synthesized, like, or synthetic. Like a synthetic, like the smartest person ever. If you could have the smartest person ever going 100% all the time, like, that's a computer. We just figured out how to replicate that. Like, we're way, way better than the technology we're around. Just the technology is so effortless. Like in my opinion, I feel like we have more brain power than we know of.
Yeah, dude, your brain is an organic supercomputer in itself.
Yeah, and it has untapped potential.
But real quick, I wanted to get back on what you were saying about the fucking library. It's crazy how a fucking government can try to keep ideas from a population. You know what I mean? Like, how ridiculous is that? I guess
more.
we'll fucking go round circle again, and we'll finish this one where we started with the fucking
Cunt.
equality and shit. The with the cunts. But
Cunts, baby.
just fucking people trying to take away basic necessities or even fucking things that are shared that should be shared so freely, such as ideas or books, and things that will be banned in certain countries.
And I think in a way
so
when
ridiculous.
you as a ruling power say this is not safe, I deem this not okay to read, I think that if anything piques people's curiosity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I think it's just a
What
dumb
can be
thing in
so bad
general.
or so crazy that you don't want me to read it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely wanting to read that now.
Or, oh, I'm so offended by it.
Yeah, it pisses
Still
me
waiting
off.
I'm still waiting to find a spell book somewhere that actually works. Can you imagine if you could just like say words and make things
We had
happen?
one.
I know. I know.
That thing worked,
back
bro.
in the day.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
it
thing
definitely
worked.
had magic.
I guess
I think that
could
it's
be
that's
anything
on
that you want
yeah,
it to be.
Yeah.
Anything you want
Yeah.
it to be could be.
If
a
you
spell
believe
book.
enough, it'll work.
That's
Maybe
true.
our magic rubbed off on it.
I don't know about magic or anything, but I'll be like doing weird little rituals.
Definitely
I think
some
magic's
whimsical
what you.
shit
I think
going
magic's
on.
what you make it.
I feel like there was definitely some whimsical.
Life's a
shit
garden.
going
Dig
on.
it.
Like, how almost ready to make it.
Homeboy. You
It
like to
had
see
some
homeboy
extra meaning
naked? What?
to it, right?
Like, yeah, I fucking one time the weirdest I ever got, dude. The weirdest I ever got. I fucking took acid, right? And then I fucking smoked a bunch of weed.
No, you took LSD.
No, yeah, dude. Took acid, smoked a bunch of
my
weed.
God.
And then I'm losing it in my apartment. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking arrange a bunch of plants and candles in a fucking, like, I don't know. It was like a peace sign. Yeah, it was a peace sign. It was like my bong and a bunch of candles, a bunch of weird shit I found and put it all in a peace sign. I was just sitting there, like, listening to the universe. It was so weird. It was like, at first it was all staticky because all the electronics in the apartment were on, and I turned off all the, I literally went to the fucking fuses and I turned the shit off. And it was like the static buzz stopped and it was like tight. And I was just sitting there with the shit and the candles and it was like, yeah,
This is
This
nice.
is magic. This is magic. You know what I'm saying? It's there. I don't know how to possess it. I don't know how to do any of this.
And
shit.
what if exactly at that time somebody knocked on the door like plumber? So he like,
I would have invited
what's
him
going
in.
on
I
here?
probably would have banged him, cuz. But for real, yeah. I learned the other day though that no witches were burned in Salem.
What?
You know that? Yeah, they were hung. In medieval times, they burned witches, but they never did it alive. They always killed them first, and then they burned the witches because they were worried about
Resurrection, yeah.
post-mortem fuckery, basically. But I read that the other day.
Here, they hung them.
Yeah, they hung them because they didn't want to fucking burn people. It was nasty. You know what I mean? Like,
I know that they had
They did.
factual data that around that time there was a huge spike in ergot in the wheat around there.
Yep.
So they can almost pinpoint definitely that people were just tripping balls and those girls got murdered for no reason.
That's nasty.
Everybody in that town was eating that fucking bread and just
Tripping dick.
infested bread.
Word. I read that too once.
That's crazy, dude.
Almonds where you make it.
I wonder how much of that bread. I wonder how effective it was.
Oh, dude, and ergot in that when you ingest it is actually poisonous. So it definitely like causes some illness.
Some hysteria.
So that's a bad trip.
Explosive
Oh
bud.
yeah, it probably gave some crazy intense. I mean, people thought women were
Powerful.
witches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They thought crazy. shit
I
was
mean,
going on.
I don't
Of
eat
course they were
ergot
tripping.
bread though, and I kind of feel that
Well,
way.
You gotta look at it
I was
as
just
the
kidding.
grain supply was probably their main source of food, besides what they hunt and killed or fish.
Right. Yeah.
And-
So if the grain supply is shot, that's every meal.
Right.
right,
They got wrecked.
that's the thing.
It's fucked, man.
I want to try some ergot bread.
I mean,
I want to try some witchcraft.
we were born in the wrong time, you know.
Do you believe it?
For ergot bread.
I feel like
You'd have to go
witchcraft is
pre-vaccines for
other
that.
than like the you believe in.
I'm pretty good with artsy little
There's a whole
colors
thing to it.
on square paper.
There's a whole thing to it. There's different disciplines of it.
Yeah.
It's like a whole. It's just like anything else you don't know about. You look into it. It's like, oh, this is a whole ass science.
Yeah. There's an endless swath of knowledge.
There's out there. I guarantee you, just like with anything else, there's some scientist, some person who has like dedicated their life.
Final fees is about to begin.
You know, be able to convince you it's real. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, what is real? Oh my gosh, what is life? And on that
perception.
note-
It's your paradigm, cuz. Like,
and
what
on
do you
that
think's
note,
real?
We're about to cut this boy off. It's
Yeah,
been
'cause we're gonna
Mitch.
fuck.
Not to be fake.
Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Colin, for joining us. Fucking love you, boys.
We're gonna fuck.
Thanks for having us.
Love you, man.
Always.
And that's 8.
For sure. No
Ocho.
books.
Tune in next time on The Ocho.
Boom, 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 boom.